I would say these, I'm sorry that I'm all of a sudden losing my voice. I would say these three sets of interests have been at work consistently over time, but the emphasis on one versus the other have varied depending on developments within the United States, developments within Africa, and developments in the international context. Excuse me. So in the Cold War, it was largely a sphere of influence paradigm that shaped our engagement. Our alliances with, our strategic alliances with governments that were not particularly good on human rights or democracy. They were judged more on their anti-communist credentials than on anything they were doing for their people. I would say the one big exception where the values agenda pushed through was in sanctions against South Africa, where President Reagan's veto was overridden by Congress, pushed by the American people, and again, that values agenda trumped there. During the Clinton administration, I think we moved to a more values agenda-driven engagement. Democracy, there were big opportunities after the fall of the Berlin Wall, as we heard, apartheid South Africa and the transformation there, multi-party politics, humanitarian crises, which we responded to in some cases. I think Rwanda has remained a blot on our record there. Excuse me, I'm really losing my voice. I think beginning in the 2000s, though, we moved away from either the sphere of influence and the humanitarian agenda solely to a much broader mix of interests. Our interest expanded, and they were much deeper. You had the HIV/AIDS pandemic, you had 9/11, you had oil resources, you had China's rising influence on the continent, you had the importance of multilateral forums, growing security partnerships, and then you had the enduring conflicts that were creating vast humanitarian needs.